Hi, Akhilesh. Welcome. This is the mock interview for DevOps and Cloud Engineer position. I understand you have around 1+ year of experience.
I have like 6 to 7 months of
Months
DevOps
of
internship.
internship experience. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see
yes.
what you have learned in those months and see if you can apply for higher roles. And we'll try to give you feedback as we make progress. So,
Okay,
can you brief a little bit about yourself? Then we can continue.
okay, sure. First of all, thank you, Sanjeev sir, for this great session. My name is Akhilesh, and after completing my graduation in computer science engineering in year 2023, I deeply dive in the field of DevOps and cloud, and currently I'm working as a DevOps intern, and it's been around 6 to 7 months. So basically, I if I talk about my roles and responsibilities in this period, so I've worked on setting up and maintaining Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. Apart from this, I worked on Docker and Docker Compose to containerize the application and managing the containers. I also have good knowledge in Terraform and AWS services like EC2, S3, VPC, RDS, and CloudWatch, uh, and Linux. Yeah, and now I'm looking for a stable role to advance my career. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. What you mentioned some of the skills in your resume, like Terraform and all. How
Yeah,
comfortable are you with Terraform?
yeah. So I have a good knowledge actually.
Can you explain what are provisioners in Terraform?
So
What are
provisioner.
provisioners?
No, I don't know about
Okay. What are
provisioners.
outputs in Terraform?
Outputs are some output we want to print on the command line, uh, when we run the terraform apply command, and we want some print some output, so we use outputs at
Is
that
that
time.
for printing on screen or for any other purpose they hold?
So
Is it just to print on the screen or is there any other purpose?
yeah, as far as I know, it is to some print some outputs, we can say uh, the instance IP address, or which we can access them. So we can use to
So in
print that
Terraform,
thing.
can we get the private IP address of the instance or public IP address of the instance?
No, it is public IP. It is public IP v.
What is the difference? How can I prevent one in EC2 instance to have public IP?
Sir,
How can I
can you
prevent
repeat?
my EC2 instance to have a public IP address? I don't want a public IP address for my EC2 instance. How can I do that?
Okay, sure. So we can uh, while creating the instance, we can disable the public IP option from there, and if
And
we want, we can enable it.
okay, okay. And what do you know of public subnets and private subnets?
Okay, so in public subnets, we put the uh, things which needs to be accessed from the internet, uh, jump server, front end of the application, load balancer, and API gateways, which needs to access from internet.
Okay, I don't want my front uh, customer facing or my front end of the application on public segment. Do I really necessarily have to put them on public segment?
No, like yeah, like it's like necessary because it is like used like access from the internet from the user to like collect the
Mhm.
data and then transmit it to the backend of backend servers.
Mhm. So it's necessary that if I am
Yeah,
hosting a
it's
public,
necessary.
it's
It
necessary
is
that
necessary.
if I am
Yes.
hosting a website for my public consumption, it has to be in a public subnet.
Yes. Yes. It's necessary.
Uh, I'm now looking at your resume. You have written load balancer, security groups. You are comfortable with these.
Yes. Yes.
Can you give me some example or some idea about application load balancer and network load balancer?
Okay. Sure. So basically, application load balancers are ideal for like HTTP and HTTPS uh, traffic, which take the traffic from this port and distribute them to their target groups, and like it operates on the application layer, whereas the network layer sorry network load balancer are operates on the transport layer, and it is ideal for uh, protection which requires ultra low latency, streaming platforms and video streaming platforms and gaming things. Yeah,
Okay.
and application application or
Have you created any of them application load balancer?
yeah actually I worked on application load balancer.
Okay. And what are target groups in load balancer?
Target groups are like groups we can say they are like co- collection of uh, collection of resources which when the load balancer distribute the traffic EC2 instances or containers and like all these
What are the
things.
possibilities? What can it be? A lambda function can be a target group.
Lambda function uh, I think it's not.
What do you know about the observability? What is monitoring
Okay,
and observability?
in in DevOps or
In DevOps, in cloud, in any sense.
okay,
What is your
so basically we it monitoring is to m- monitor the infrastructure in Kubernetes we monitor the pods uh, like their CPU consumption and their RAM and all these
how do you get
things.
the CPU of a pod in Kubernetes?
Actually, I don't work on it in Kubernetes.
Or on EC2 instance, how do you get its CPU and memory of EC2 instance?
Yeah. So for EC2 instance, we use CloudWatch. Uh, so on the CP matrices, we like CloudWatch collect the metrics from the EC2 based on the CPU consumption. Like if we can set a threshold, like if the instance goes above the 70 percentage, so like we can uh,
But which
we
process
can like
gives you this information? How does CloudWatch gets this information from an instance?
yeah, so like on a CloudWatch dashboard we have to configure the EC2 instances, EC2 instance like for which we want to like collect the metrics. So after like configuring, we can collect the metrics uh, on the CloudWatch dashboard.
So is S3 bucket a regional service or it's a global service? What kind of service is this?
Yeah, actually for like for access, okay. Basically, it was like specific to the region, but we can but when we have to like access the object, we can access them globally.
Okay. So buckets are regional, but can be accessed globally.
Yeah, yeah,
Tell me more about CI/CD pipeline. Any example of CI/CD pipeline that you have created?
yeah, sure. So like CI/CD pipelines are like is used to like automate the process of build, test, and deploy the code. So basically, I worked on like the React.js application in my
Mhm.
like previous project, where like our it like we use GitHub as a like source code repository, and our like target is the Kubernetes. So like the it starts with checking out the code from the GitHub. So like basically Jenkins is configured with GitHub webhook. So
What is
on
DevSecOps?
okay, DevSecOps means like we can like integrate some security tools like SonarQube, Trivi in our Jenkins or CI/CD pipeline to like secure the application. So like in SonarQube, like we use it for to like analyze the code quality. So which it perform the static code analysis on
Mhm.
the code. So to identify the bugs or like any vulnerabilities or code duplication, and Trivi is used to like scan the Docker image for any like vulnerab- vulnerabilities in the image, and like ensuring it is secure for the future deployments on the production.
Can you give me two vulnerabilities that 3D provides? Any two that you have seen?
Yeah, so like basically like image is like not like open to like any malicious activities if any uh, like basically vulnerabilities like it protect it, it secure it from the any like malicious activities. Actually I
Hmm.
don't know.
No worries. I think I got a good idea about your profile in general. Uh, what? How did you feel? These questions were difficult or easy?
They're like they are medium, I think.
They were easy, I would say, not easy or medium. You can
Yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
they were not complex. That complex.
No, no,
So
they
yeah.
are not.
So I saw you struggling a little bit on some of them, and some of them you were very comfortable with. The theoretical
Yeah,
things you are very comfortable with, explaining what DevOps is, what different tools do, or what DevSecOps is, what monitoring is. So explaining these terms, but you have not implemented much hands-on with those terms. So theoretically, you are ready. You probably can take up interviews, but uh, you will you are likely to fail in some of the interviews because you lack a bit of hands-on. For example, you will simply see that in Terraform there are outputs and it prints on the screen. Yes, it does. It
yeah,
prints on the screen, but is that the purpose, or what's the purpose of the outputs? Right? Every feature in a product you have added, obviously, it is not to display on the screen.
yeah,
It has some deep meaning. It has some other meaning. And those things will only come to know when you do it. When you do something
right,
by
right.
yourself, when you find out why certain feature is there, why provisioners are there, why outputs are there. So I think you need a bit of hands-on deep dive. Uh, when you are learning something, don't assume that, yes, this is the basic feature the product is offering, so that's the only thing I should learn. Understand, use YouTube, use ChatGPT, ask it how this feature can be used in the industry. All such examples you should be aware of.
Yeah,
At least the basics, at least the features that these products provide, you should be doing some hands-on. That's where I think you lack a little bit. When you go just a little next level, yes, monitoring, but how does that happen? That's where you start fumbling and get like confused a little bit. But otherwise, conceptually, you are good. I think you either have been watching a lot of content online or you have been reading some books. You have been doing something of that. That I think is because your speaking is still okay. You are talking about things. But when I ask next level on the implementation, how that happens, that's where you start. I think you have not
yeah,
implemented a lot of hands. And DevOps in cloud is all about going hands-on, doing those scenarios, how to what certain features are there in a product and how to use them in your projects. So, for example, you have seen that Ruby is used for SecOps, but you don't know what output it provides or what sort of issues it will provide. Even if you have done one or two scans and you have seen the report, you would probably remember one or two examples. I'm not asking a lot of examples. Just give me one or two examples that you would typically find on a Trivi scan or a Sonar Cube scan. So whenever you're looking at such reports as an output, just try to consume it and see, okay, this is an example of output that it's giving. So there may be other vulnerabilities that are not in this current Docker image, but some other issues it would report. So keep a track of it, keep a visualization, a memory of what Sonar provides, what Trivi or what other tools are providing as an output.
okay.
I think that's pretty much. You have still some more effort to be done, some more hands-on, some more practice. Uh, and then I think you will be slightly more confident.
Okay, sure, sure.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Uh, yeah, like, means like, can I apply? Can I apply for junior level
You
position?
can try, you
No.
can apply them, but there are chances that because of the competition and all, you, how do I put it? You may struggle, so you may fail. So that's the challenge. So I would suggest don't focus entirely on applying and then getting rejected and losing confidence. You can apply in parallel. It may happen that uh, there is an employer or somewhere your entire experience matches with them and it works out. There is a possibility, but don't spend all your effort in applying and working on interviews and all that stuff all the time. In parallel, find some time and do hands-on as well. Because if you do that, then even if it can take 2-3 more months of extra time. But when you start applying, maybe another 2-3 interviews, you will, within 2 or 3 interview calls, you crack it and you get a good offer. If you just apply and keep waiting, then maybe there are more failures and that sort of thing. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
a you have to maintain a balance, I would say. Uh, you can apply so that, because applying also is an experience. You have to apply, you have to get to know about the market and maybe get rejected also. That's fine. But entire energy should not go into that problem. Uh, you should be building in parallel. You should be doing hands-on, identifying the right projects for yourself, identifying some use cases. Take help of ChatGPT. That give me a good project having Terraform, Docker, and container where monitoring is done. So something like that. Then it will give you a
Okay.
project specification. Um, Tell it to make it more complex, make it more industry relevant, um, and then maybe get it reviewed from some mentor. That is it a good project to work on? Then spend next 4 or 5 weeks on that. That should cover all your DevOps aspects. So ask ChatGPT in such a way that cover all aspects of my DevOps and cloud learning. It should have monitoring, it should have security, it should have logging, it should have all sorts of things, and then enhance it.
Okay, okay, sure.
Once you have 1 or 2 projects built on all these aspects, you will be very fluent in speaking, and then you can talk about all these things.
Okay, okay.
All right. Take your time. Maybe we catch up some other time.
Okay, sure, sure.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye.